Hello, I'm Becky. Welcome back to my kitchen. Today I'm going to make lemon Bakewell, which is a little bit different from the usual one. It's not quite as sweet because it's got lemon curd instead of jam. Now, if you wanted to make your own pastry case for this, you certainly could, but quite honestly, these are available in all the supermarkets. You can get sweet ones or savoury ones, and I just think it's almost not worth the hassle. There's so much of an issue to get the pastry cooked underneath if you do it yourself, so try it with one of these. This is a sweet one, obviously from the Co-op, as you can see. They are very, very delicate, and when you're choosing it, when you're looking through the stack, try and get one that hasn't been damaged in transit. I think they must stand them on their end in a box, but often they're quite broken, so try and get a good one. And into the bottom of that, we're going to put 3 tablespoons of lemon curd. It doesn't have to be the best lemon curd, or it can be lemon curd you've made yourself. Doesn't matter. There we are. Now, they weren't very, very full ones, so if it looks a bit thin, I might just add a little bit more. So back of a spoon to spread it, get it right up to the edges, and you want a decent layer in the bottom of your pastry case. There we are. If you weren't watching, I might lick the spoon, but I won't today. So that's ready. I'm going to put that to one side, and the next thing I'm going to do is grate the lemon. So we are going to grate the zest from our lemon. It's just the very, very outside bit. You don't want the white stuff underneath because that doesn't taste very nice. You can do it on the smallest holes of your grater, or you can do it with a gadget like this, which is quite sharp, and it takes off long strands of the lemon. So you press it in and drag it towards you, turning the lemon round as you go. And there you are, just go back to the gaps that you've left, and you have got lemon zest. Right, so we now need to cut it in half to get the juice. I've got one of these Italian lemon squeezers, and they really do work. What you have to do is put a little container in the bottom and press the lemon onto the top, and the juice runs down and into your container. You can see it's really efficient. People laugh about these, but they are iconic and made by a lovely Italian company up in the lakes near Switzerland. Look how well that's worked. So that's my first half of lemon. Now my second one. How about that? Often seen, but rarely seen being used. Okay, so now we can get on and mix our filling for our lemon Bakewell. Now, to make the topping for our lemon Bakewell, we need to have 75 grams of unsalted butter or margarine. Salty butter makes things taste nasty, so unsalted butter or margarine. And to that we're going to add 75 grams of caster sugar, and we are going to mix it with the electric mixer. This is my new mixer. I haven't used it before, so bear with me. Oh, it's very quiet. There we are. That's nice and pale and creamy, and I just need to clean off the blades. That's called creaming, and you could easily do that by hand if you haven't got a mixer, or if you don't want to make this little bit of extra washing up. So creaming together the butter or marg and the sugar. So the next thing we're going to add is 1 egg, and it's always a good idea to crack your egg into a bowl just to make sure you haven't got any shell. That's a lovely one, it's a lovely orange yolk. Give it a mix, and then that goes in. Right, so that gets beaten in again. And if your egg is very cold, you'll find it might curdle. It will look like scrambled egg. This is okay, it's a room temperature egg. I just don't really need to mix it that thoroughly. And the next things that go in are the flour. We've got self-raising flour, 110 grams, and ground almonds, 25 grams of ground almonds. That improves the texture and it just gives it a lovely, lovely flavour. So we'll beat those in. As you can see, that's quite dry, so this is the point at which we put in the lemon juice and the zest. I think I'm going to do the zest first. Get in as much as you can because that's where the lovely extra lemony flavour is. And then, of course, in goes the juice from underneath my lovely squeezer. And we're going to beat that in. And that will make this a softer mixture. That looks more cakey now. So get all this off. And I should have said that I've got the oven on to gas mark 3. It's quite a low temperature, quite a cool oven. This cooks quite slowly. And gas mark 3 is 170 degrees Celsius or 150 if you're using a fan oven. So now this has got to go on the top of the lemon curd, and the best way is to do it in blobs. Smallish blobs all over the top, which you can then join together when you've emptied the bowl. There we are, got as much out as I can. So I'm going to use, there was a bit there, a knife, tap them gently to get them to close up over the top of the lemon curd. This used to be the Year 9 cookery exam piece when I first started teaching, and it's such a tricky thing to do from scratch for people who were barely, I don't know, 14. But we had a lot of very, very uncooked pastry, partly because they were using a glass dish. So if you are going to make your own pastry for this, always use a rather unglamorous metal pie plate because it will cook better. Right, now decoration. Blanched almonds, 12 of those. It's always good to think about a clock face for this, and that way you'll get them evenly spaced. There, 12 almonds. I never put one in the middle because when you're cutting this, who's going to get that almond? There'll be a fight, so they only get the ones at the edge. Now it goes in the oven and it takes between 30 and 35 minutes to cook. There we are. Now it has cracked and that's perfectly acceptable. It's well risen, it's golden brown, it's quite firm, and we need to just leave that to cool. So there it is, lemon Bakewell. I hope you have a go at this, and do like, share and subscribe, and if you go to the website www.becky-bakes.com you'll find a printable version of the recipe, and you'll find the blog on that homepage too. So happy cooking, bye!